welcome back.
Welcome back to the Gilded Cage. I'm Amanda Lynn.
I'm Julie Berger.
And we're shooting another episode.
In the same clothes.
In the same clothes, because somebody's got to go out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we were...
Somebody has to run away.
Right. We were just, gabbing away. And we're like, so what are we going to talk about now? But we don't usually have a problem with gabbing. No. And this is something
we don't run out of subjects ever.
Right. And this was something that we feel really strongly about. We were actually talking about earlier was the change in music. As everybody, I would assume would know, is that we both write songs and are very passionate about that aspect of our creativity.
Yes, and we get I'm sure you get asked constantly. Do you have any cuts on anybody's album? Do you have any have you made $1 million like selling a song? People don't understand that the music industry has gone crazy. Money is not out there anymore.
No, and
not for the normal people.
When I was living in Nashville, I used to meet with publishers quite a bit because I don't know if people know I was trying to be a songwriter in town and not really do my own thing. And I actually had a publisher tell me, I won't mention his name. He told me, you're really talented, but we're trying to create background noise for soccer moms. And that my music was personal and it was deep, and he wanted to create music for people to just take their kids to school. She's taking her kids to school. He literally did this. He put his hand in the back like she's feeding the baby. She's taking the other kid to school, and she turns on the radio, and it's a catchy song. It's just a catchy song. And then she gets in the car later on to go pick the kid up, and it's the same catchy song, and eventually that catchy tune gets in her brain. And I'm over here thinking, like, you're bamboozling this woman and dumbing her down at the same time, Yeah. It just, to me, didn't seem like my soul to do that. If I want to write a catchy tune, I want to write it because that's what I'm feeling at the moment.
And there's always been catchy tunes throughout history. Always.
But to say, like, this is our goal, we're trying to write something that's superficial and catchy and hoppy just to get in this lady's brain.
And I'm just not interested in going back to the 70s and 80s of pop country where Lee and I, something, I don't know, whatever channel it is on the satellite that you get the hee-haw on now. The hee-haw, like the Walmart here. But I'm watching it, and this dude actually literally has a song about he's the belly button man.
Oh, dear Lord.
And I'm watching this, and I looked at Lee, and I said, he's on national TV with that horrendousness, and people paid him money.
But I get it. Like, to be silly, and there's
and
obviously...
it's fun.
But that is an entire genre. That's all the time. Like FM, thank God, because I don't listen to FM radio. But if I didn't know any better, I would think, oh, this is it. This is all, like, y'all gotta stop. All I hear about is what happened to country music. Well, turn off your FM radio, go find something else, and you won't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not there. If you're looking for something that's genuine and artsy and creative and something you can connect to as a human,
we can make you a list.
Right.
Comment on our platforms.
So many
here,
guys, gals. There's a lot of music being made that is soulful and authentic to that particular artist. But anyway, that was my big aha moment for me when that happened with that publisher of I'm gonna have to do my own thing for my own self, and that's when I really started to write for me again. But and okay, I'm gonna have to sing these songs too. But we were talking about and publishing. You're not gonna make that much anyways as a
Oh gosh, so we've got some numbers that we just pulled to get. The numbers get kind of construed, people don't really know, but to make around $1 on Napster, it takes 53 listens. And I don't know if that includes, like, a person has to listen to the entire song.
I didn't even know Napster was still a thing.
I didn't either. Like, they pay the most. So if you guys want...
I don't think I distribute to Napster.
If you want artists to make money, then please do that. Apple Music is 136 times listening through a song. The thing is a lot of these platforms, I know...
to make $1.
This is to make $1. And that's not including what you pay to your co-writers, your producers, how much it costs to make an album. Someone has to listen.
Going to cost you around $30 to $50 on average.
$30,000 to $50,000 just for a decent, really good quality studio album. And 136 listens. I mean, I have artists I adore, and I promise you I haven't listened to a song 136 times. I couldn't have paid them $1. So when you buy the music, it's $1. It's way less than Starbucks. And you can buy a whole album for what a trip through Starbucks costs, and that actually does support the artist still. I mean, they still are getting a percentage of that,
right.
Like a nice percentage of that comparatively.
Yeah.
To spins, people think, and you can't leave music spinning anymore. People used to just put it on repeat.
Yeah.
Well, now the platforms have decided that that's a cheat by their friends and family, so they limit. Some of them limit you to like 5 a day.
Yeah.
So we can't even. However long it was going to take you to split that up and to get $1.
Right.
And people can't understand. They think songwriters make all this money.
I think there's so many people who are just such sheep, and I don't mean to be mean about that, but there's two types of folks. There's the ones who go after music because it's different and not everyone's listening to it, and they don't want to be like everybody else, and they don't want to fall into a line because they're told to.
Right.
Those folks like me who are like, you're telling me to like this? I don't know that I do. Let me go find out about it. Don't tell me what to like.
Yeah.
And then there's the folks that are like, oh, I can't like this because everybody else doesn't. I have to make sure other people like this before I do. And I feel like a lot of folks are that way. Is it cool? Do my friends think it's cool? Does my tribe think this is cool? And people say, if you just get on Spotify. Well, Spotify, to get on a good playlist, is going to run thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to get your song on the right playlist.
And people don't understand, we're paying this.
Yeah.
We're putting this money out to make this money.
Right.
It's still
a business.
We're paying a company to play our music. I mean, it's like the pay for play thing that's so that's so often drawn around in Nashville.
Yeah. And it all did start with Napster, and there were so many folks back then warning the record labels, this is where things are headed. Get on board.
Right.
And all these fat cats at these record labels, and we're just like, you're not knocking us off our high horse.
And we're down to three large labels now, because
they're not. Yeah, they're all crumbling.
And they're falling to pieces on their own.
Because people can. The positive thing about it is that you can go out and hire your own publicist if you've got the money in the bank. You can hire the right publicists and the right booking, and you can do all that and get on some of these circuits and do whatever you want. That's the positive thing about where we are right now in music, is that we can do whatever the hell we want to do.
Right.
If we come at it in a smart way. We don't have to depend on artist development or someone trying to manipulate us.
But we have got to, and we have become creative in the way that we make our living now.
Yeah.
People say, I heard number one song makes $900 and something thousand, on the regular radio. Why aren't you writing for that? Well, how many number one songs are there in a year?
They play the same things over and over, I think.
And if you think about that, then you also think about
there's a small group too. It's like high school. Nashville's a lot like high school.
Right.
There's a small group that's the cool kids who are writing.
And they write almost everything.
Yeah, they're writing everything, and you're not going to penetrate that.
But they're also, no one's understanding that's not money before taxes. But that's not money most songs, if you look on an album, does not have one songwriter on it. It has 4 or 5 or 6. So that money now
to sing whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah, so I mean, if there's
shorts,
5
beer,
writers.
tailgates, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, 5 dudes. No, but
and that's $200,000 per person if it was $1 million song. If that's $200,000 per person, and that's before anything else comes out of that, and then you're paying producer. I mean,
in
so
my
much
world,
money.
I went through this years ago of realizing don't even want that life. Don't want that life. Don't connect to it. Want nothing to do with that world. I'm older now. I don't care. There's so many artists who want nothing to do with chasing that particular fame of the mainstream FM, glamour pop country thing. That doesn't even appeal to me.
No.
And so
It has
for me,
nothing for me.
I'm more into, like you and I both, and we're just into creative. Like, let's just use the technology and everything that we have and our own skills and gifts that we've honed and developed over the years to do what we want to do.
right.
And there's so
To
many
make
folks
music
out
that speaks
there.
to our soul that we hope speaks to someone else.
Yeah, right. And even doing this podcast.